are talking again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The principle is very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
That's Vice President J.D. Vance ahead of the next round of negotiations underway in Geneva.
If they try to rebuild the nuclear weapon, that causes problems for us. And in fact, we've seen evidence that they have tried to do exactly that.
The U.S. demands Iran end uranium enrichment, but Iran insists it won't give up that fuel for peaceful energy. The foreign minister also says Iran is not ever going to build a nuclear weapon.
It's not clear if the U.S. will actually engage Iran face-to-face. The notes are passed by intermediaries. Now, many see this as a last-ditch effort to prevent a war between the United States and Iran.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson.
The Pentagon continues to bolster forces in the region. A squadron of fifth-generation F-22 Raptors arrived at an Israeli air base for the first time yesterday. More Raptors landed in Britain yesterday from the 1st Fighter Wing based in Langley, Virginia.
Also in Geneva today, the same American envoy in the Iran talks, Steve Witkoff, will have a meeting with Ukrainian officials as negotiations also continue to try to end Russia's war. There is more scrutiny on Cuba, which has a fuel shortage, with the U.S. cutting off Venezuelan oil and threatening tariffs on countries that supply it. 4 people shot dead on a speedboat right off the coast. That boat registered in Florida. 6 others wounded.
The government there now says they were Cubans who lived in the United States and were trying to unleash terrorism on the island. According to Cuba, the passengers of the speedboat fired first. The statement says that most of those on board the boat had a known history of criminal and violent activity. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. is gathering information to determine if the dead were American citizens or permanent residents.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will answer questions today to a House committee probing the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking investigation. Former President Clinton will be interviewed tomorrow. America's listening to Fox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An immigration bill is on its way to Governor Mike Braun's desk. You have 33 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Radar clear. That's not the case south of the city, where the roads could be slick because of light snow, going up to 47 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Good morning. Here's what's trending at 6:02.
I want to be explicitly clear. I don't care how long they've been here. They need to get out. And I support every method of getting every illegal alien out of Indiana today.
Testimony from Senator Chris Garton on Wednesday.
You know, I've heard a lot of people sitting up here today, and there's a lot of folks in the hallway that are here to defend illegal aliens. But let me tell you what I haven't heard from this chamber. I haven't heard anybody try to defend Laken Riley. Not one person.
The bill lets Indiana's Attorney General take legal action against local governments, schools, colleges, and hospitals if they try to stop immigration enforcement. It also would allow the state to punish people who hire people who aren't in the country legally, and it also requires local cops to hold inmates for ICE when they request it. The Indiana Senate set to vote today on a bill that could pave the way for the Chicago Bears to move to the Hoosier State. The bill would create a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority to handle land, leases, and finances if the team chooses Hammond as its next home. A man is facing murder and arson charges this morning after Indianapolis cops say he set a mobile home on fire Wednesday with a woman inside. The fire happened on the west side of the city, right around South Lyndhurst Drive and I-70. Randall Lee Buchanan is behind bars this morning. Tonight at Mackey Arena, number 8 Purdue will take on number 13 Michigan State in a Big Ten matchup. Head coach Matt Painter says MSU will bring the heat tonight.
They're one of the best teams in the country defensively. They make it very, very hard for you to get in the paint.
And both teams 22-5, 12-4 in Big Ten play. The ball goes up at 8 o'clock, and the NFL Combine kicks off today at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's a free 4-day event. Gates open at 1. You have to register on an app, and the drills start at 3. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. 6:04 on a Thursday. Traffic and weather together next in 1 minute.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $74 a month with a 2-year agreement. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Good morning, Shelby County. Coming in from Shelbyville, westbound 74, stop and go traffic from Post Road over to Franklin Road, and we're keeping an eye on that. We just hit the brakes on 74. Northeast side, northbound 465, wide open from 70 to 69. Inbound 69, no problems coming down from Fishers. It's 4 minutes. State Road 37 down to 465. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Don't miss out. It's the last day to save big on Bosch appliances during the President's Day sale at Grand Appliance. Visit grandappliance.com for details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony, good morning. We got some light snow showers falling around the city right now. Probably going to be winding down over the next couple of hours. You get just south, though, places like Bloomington, Nashville, Indiana, Columbus. There's been a heavy enough snow that it's actually kind of creating some slushy and snow accumulation here. So keep that in mind. This morning, again, give it a couple hours, this is all gone, and we do warm up quickly enough today that all this snow will be melted just after lunchtime. We'll actually see some sunshine today. Today's high 48. Partly cloudy, quiet tonight, a low of 34. Best day of the week tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 60. Saturday, partly cloudy. May have a few light snow showers late Saturday night, a high of 52. Sunday, colder, mostly cloudy, with a chance of rain and snow late, a high of 38.
I'm not canceling anything. It could snow all at once. I will be there. Everybody will be there. At Regency, downtown Indy, this is happening. I was able to survive 24 hours in D.C. I will not allow any more snow to keep me from anything.
If you can get out of there unscathed, then you're going to be just fine this week.
Unscathed, although I do think I picked up a touch of the gout.
Oh.
Yes, D.C. gave me gout.
Well, it could be worse.
I know. Most people it gives 5 to 7 years or syphilis. So, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we not have syphilis this early in the morning?
No.
And then you weren't in D.C. because those people are taking a regimen.
Check that off the bingo card.
Try and get that on Hank's morning show. Hey, Annie and Cole. Good morning, Booze. All right, I'm going to go to work now.
That's all right, we'll see you.
That's Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Syphilis-free since 03. 33 degrees, that is disparaging, and I apologize. 33 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 6:08.
Joining me now in the arena, a Democrat who took a little bit of a different approach last night. He actually shook the president's hand on the president's way into the chamber. Democratic Senator from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman. Senator Fetterman, thank you so much for being here.
Good to be back.
Why did you think it was important to shake President Trump's hand?
Well, of course, that's the president. You don't have to agree with everything. You can be in a different party. You know, I think that's just basic respect and courtesy.
At this moment, we all need to just sit down and say, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. Now, I have in my life said, I'm not shaking that hand. Not. When Joe Hogsett has the audacity to try and come shake my hand, seeing me out in a public place, I say absolutely not. I've got 5 microphones and no waiting. Don't tell me you listen to the show. Come on the show and talk about the issues of Indianapolis with the people of Indianapolis. I'm not interested in glad handing. I'm not interested in pretending that we have some kind of relationship. It's a far different conversation than whether or not you're at some formal event and the argument is political, as opposed to those in his office that have made it personal. And remember, Thomas Carl Cook made it personal. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. They made it personal, and they have never once engaged any outreach. Joe Hogshett's office has never once, ever engaged any outreach at all. We have tried on multiple occasions. I agree, we haven't tried recently. But the argument being made here is, for the President of the United States, giving the State of the Union, what are we doing? What are we doing? My unwillingness to shake the hand of Joe Hogsett is a very personal one. Outrageously personal one. When there were members of the city county council referring to NRA members as Nazis, nope, I don't shake your hand for that. There are reasons. What John Fetterman is saying is, the State of the Union, we disagree on politics. I don't have to find the human being disagreeable. I admit, I find people who refer to NRA members as Nazis disagreeable. Maybe I need to be better like John Fetterman. Maybe. There's a lot of talk that Fetterman should switch parties. Fetterman's never going to switch parties. And I'll show where my respect is for him. He's a guy who is not aligned with me on the issues. He is a guy who is aligned on a issue, maybe an issue of decency. This is a guy who still believes that it's okay to go down the line of gender transitioning surgeries. Now, does he believe it for kids? That's the question. A host of subjects where we disagree. He's never going to become a Republican. Never. 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 And that's okay. I mean, if he wants to change the other things, well, I'm here for it. But is Fetterman leading the way on, here's how you're actually decent? I don't know if he even had to shake his hand, but how about just sitting through a speech without screaming and yelling like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, those two bigots? Because when you see more of their antics and what they did, how does the House just allow this? I mean, why don't they just stand up for themselves already? This is a story we're going to get into. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. A popular golf brand is growing in Southwest Indiana. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Don't miss IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast with keynote speaker Mung Chang, president of Purdue University. RSVP at ibj.com/events.
There's one name for every home system: Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
So it's been a few weeks using the 3-step system from the Good Feet store, and it has been incredible. The Good Feet store. You've heard me talk about it. You've driven by it many times, and you're like, what is that place? That's the place to go to get rid of pain, because the pain is emanating from your foot. The issues with your knees, your hips, your lower back, that's because your foot doesn't have the proper support. The arches aren't they're not being taken care of. And with the Good Feet store and their free, no obligation personalized fitting, you get started on your path to feeling better all the way up and down your body. And now when I wear my Good Feet arch supports made in the USA, 100% US origin materials with a lifetime warranty, it's massaging. It's amazing. It's a 3-step system, and you got to commit yourself to the system. But the result, it's fantastic. Talk to the Good Feet store about that plantar fasciitis, about that knee or hip pain. Talk to one of their arch support specialists today. The Good Feet store has 2 Indy area locations, at Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off 65. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Coming in from Shelbyville. Good morning, Tony. Looking at westbound 74, stop and go after Thompson Road up to 465. And taking a ride out to the airport. Looks pretty good from the city center. Westbound 70, great from Meridian, Illinois onto the airport collector, including Ronald Reagan Parkway to Mariplex. It's a 9-minute trip. No delays. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's cold out, but Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with hot deals. Visit Great Lakes Honda of Fishers and fall in love with a new vehicle. Shop online at GreatLakesHondaFishers.com and come in for a test drive. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
32 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:15. So President Trump put J.D. Vance on the job. Find the fraud, get rid of the fraud. Fraud bad, no more fraud. And so he said, okay.
I'm not really worried about the politics. I'm worried about the justice of it all. I think it's offensive that American taxpayers pay into these programs and they are defrauded. And I think in some ways, more significantly than that, it's really sad that American children who need these services aren't able to get them because it's going to fraudsters instead of somebody else. So here's what I think. I mean, look, we're certainly going to make sure that our anti-fraud efforts go after the fraudsters and not after anybody who actually benefits from these services. But I actually think the question is a little off in a way, because the problem is not going after the fraud. The problem is the fact that these programs are being defrauded to begin with. They will not exist. Our social safety net will disappear unless we take fraud more seriously. So what I'm most worried about is that unless we preserve these programs for the next generation, they're going to disappear and all the money is going to go to fraudsters.
How do you argue with that as a concern? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. So what's the argument? What is the progressive argument against this? What is the progressive argument against fraud? Now, maybe I'm saying that wrong, right? Why do you have to say it is progressive, Tony? It seems that progressives are opposed to even looking at fraud, never mind doing anything about fraud. There's massive fraud in Minneapolis. We know with home health care. We know this to be true. Why aren't we all together, arm in arm, putting an end to this? Do you think I care if someone's life is affected, if they're stealing from the citizenry? I don't care. I don't care if they're American. I don't care if they're Somali national. It doesn't matter. By the way, Somali nationals, I owe you nothing. I would also say this about British nationals. I would also say this about Chinese nationals. Nothing. Zero. Owe you nothing. You're not special, and we'll be just fine without you. Well, if you're not interested in being American, you think that somehow you're allowed to steal. Well, yeah, we don't care about you. You're not worth caring about. Do you think I care if you call me a name? Your names don't mean anything. They mean absolutely, positively nothing. As the kids would say, ungats. But who listens to that and says, how dare J.D. Vance? It only makes sense to find these dollars.
Far too many people have gotten rich by taking what is the best of the American spirit and getting rich off of it instead of providing services to kids who need it. That is stopping today. We're taking a whole-of-government approach in the Trump administration to take this fraud seriously. What Mehmet Oz and his team at CMS have done is really remarkable, and it's just the first step of our effort.
Good. I'm glad it's being taken seriously. Now, I will ask. You had, at the State of the Union, President Trump announcing this initiative, and J.D. Vance would be in charge. And then you had President Trump calling out specifically Marco Rubio to thank him for all his hard work. Is he setting up the fight for 2028? I mean, the two most high-profile things he did in terms of people, Marco Rubio call out, thank you, and J.D. Vance, you're in charge of this initiative. please stop telling me that Marco Rubio's not a candidate or not considering. Let's just, don't tell me J.D. Vance is a shoo-in. I'm just not listening at all. I know it's too far away, but I'm not going to listen to anybody who tries to tell me that. Now, as for what happened off the coast of Cuba, that is still being figured out. Here's what we know, according to the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
So this morning, we were made aware by Cuban authorities of an incident off the coast of Cuba. We immediately began to look into it. As it stands now, the Department of Homeland Security, the Coast Guard, others are involved. The majority of the information we still possess is what Cuban authorities are providing both the public and the U.S. government.
That information is about a boat where the Cuban government is saying 10 passengers on a boat opened fire on its soldiers. That's what they're saying. They're saying that Cuba said its soldiers killed 4 people and wounded 6 others aboard a Florida-registered speedboat that had entered Cuban waters and opened fire on the soldiers first. The update is that those on the boat were armed Cubans living in the United States trying to infiltrate the island and unleash terrorism. That's what the Cuban government is saying. The first rule is you don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule is you never trust the Cuban government. Now you might be asking what the third rule is. The third rule is never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line. It's Princess Bride, people. Could we please? I think the accurate answer is we're not 100% sure what happened here. The statement says that these 10 individuals had previous criminal records. They were carrying out an infiltration for terrorist purposes. There's zero proof of this at the moment. And the idea that the Cuban government knows this seems laughable. I'm not saying it isn't possible because everything remains possible until it isn't. It's Schrodinger's cat. Or is it Schrodinger? Either way, there's a cat in a box. And I want to get information before anything else happens. So that's where we rest with this information or with this story right now. Then there's the story that Larry Summers is going to resign from Harvard. He's the former Treasury Secretary under Clinton. He's going to resign from Harvard because of his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there has been a lot of talk about a rumor regarding Donald Trump and children. This story from the Epstein files. And the story is presented by a source who has well been debunked as everything has been reported. It wouldn't matter. The facts will not matter to those who want to go after Trump every day of the week and twice on Sunday. They don't care that it's uncorroborated. They don't care that the source has been shown to be uncredible. They don't care. They need this more than oxygen. So allow me the 2 things we know to be true. Every story that has come out of quote-unquote, the Epstein files about Trump has no basis at all. Trump knew Epstein. Trump has been in events with Epstein. Trump is the guy who called out Epstein. Trump is the guy who said you have to investigate Epstein. Trump is the guy who said Ghislaine Maxwell, the woman who was procuring young girls for Epstein, he said that she was evil. All of that is clear and on the record. It can be backed up. No story about impropriety can be backed up. Not a single one. The Democrats do not care at all because when the entire purpose is destruction, nothing matters. When the entire goal is dishonesty, nothing matters. And it's why they have to be dismissed. They're not serious people. Delete, block, goodbye, you're not welcome in my home, gotta go. I am only interested in serious people, even if they disagree. You bring proof, not what you overheard. You bring proof that anyone, President Trump or otherwise, was involved in sexually abusing young children. I'll help you put the handcuffs on them. There you go. That's what normal people do. I want to put it clearly. Right now, the Democratic Party is not normal people. These aren't normal people. Not here in Indiana. Not anywhere else. I read the Indiana Democratic Party's response to the State of the Union. I have questions. And if this is the best Karen Tallien has, well, I think that she's better than some of the other leaders that we've seen over the last couple of years, John Zodi and Mike Schmuhl. I don't think she comes across as nutty. But, man, this statement isn't helping your cause, Karen Tallien. Oh, not at all. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Westbound 74 on the southeast side, slow to Indianapolis from Post Road to Franklin Road. And everything else looking okay. Check it out. Southside construction zone northbound 65 starting to slow down from Raymond Street up to the south split, but we are still moving at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Dairy Queen. The new spicy menu at DQ has opposites attracting. Spicy flamethrower chicken strips now served with a dip of sweet DQ soft to serve. Sounds wrong, but tastes all right. The new spicy menu at DQ at participating locations. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, lots of concert tickets to give away, plus more fallout from the State of the Union address and the Democrats' reaction. That's at 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. You might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. If you act now, you'll get an extra 10% off. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window energy efficiency disappears. The results? A house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals, along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you don't have to live with broken windows anymore. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 for free sale. And get an extra 10% off. Visit windownation.com for a free consultation.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, lots of concert tickets to give away, plus more fallout from the State of the Union address and the Democrats' reaction. That's at 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A short band over Bloomington. Right now it's 33 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today 47. Roads south of Indy could be a little slick today because of snow, and Brown County schools running on a delay this morning. Good morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. If you're driving toward Bloomington this morning, you might run into some snow-covered roads.
Primarily from about Martinsville down to just south of Bloomington. So if you're traveling along I-69 there could be some slick spots on roadways. So just plan on taking some extra time and leaving some extra distance between you and the others around you.
That's forecaster Aaron Updike at the National Weather Service. He said by 8 o'clock, all the snow clears out and it's dry the rest of the day. Former President Bill Clinton and former First Lady Hillary Clinton will face depositions in the House over their ties to the late Jeffrey Epstein. Hillary Clinton goes today. Bill Clinton is scheduled for Friday. They say Republicans on the committee are targeting them. Philadelphia, the so-called birthplace of America, is spending big for the 250th anniversary of the United States.
The city's 2026 budget includes more than $120 million to support preparations for the event.
With all of the visitors coming in, we want them to feel welcome. We want them to feel safe.
The Comptroller's office will reevaluate all of this event spending next year to see what kind of economic impact America's 250th birthday celebration had on the local economy.
That's Fox 29 Philadelphia's Chris O'Connell reporting. The city is also hosting the 26th Major League Baseball All-Star Game in July, as well as 6 games of the World Cup. 4 people are dead and 6 injured after a gunfight near Cuba. Cuban authorities say the Coast Guard stopped a Florida-registered speedboat with 10 men on board Wednesday, saying they were trying to enter the country for terrorist purposes. And today at the State House, the Indiana Senate is set to vote on a bill that could pave the way for the Chicago Bears to move to Indiana. The bill would also create a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority to handle the leases and finances if the team chooses Hammond as its next home. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. TaylorMade Golf Company is planning a nearly $60 million expansion of its warehouse and distribution operations in Evansville. The California-based golf equipment manufacturer said it will occupy and equip a new built-to-suit warehouse facility early next year and create up to 50 jobs by the end of 2031. TaylorMade said in a news release that the new space will enable the company to move its current operations under one roof to support increased demand for its products across North America. Eli Lilly and Company on Wednesday unveiled what it calls the most powerful supercomputer owned and operated by a pharmaceutical company. Chief AI Officer Thomas Fuchs says LilyPod will help the company discover and develop drugs at a faster pace.
And we do that by designing small molecules, for example, that will lead to oral medicines, or large molecules, genetic medicines for rare diseases. But we will also use it for manufacturing, to accelerate the processes, how we make medicines, so that we can get medicines out to millions of patients faster.
Lilly teamed up with Silicon Valley-based artificial intelligence chip maker NVIDIA to develop LilyPod. The Indiana Department of Transportation this week announced a work zone initiative aimed at improving the safety of highway workers. Project Greenlight equips workers with Guardian Angel safety lights designed to help motorists identify workers in times of limited visibility. 375 of the flashing green lights will be distributed to highway workers throughout the state. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Indiana-Michigan Power announced this week it is planning to seek approval to reduce its base rates. The Fort Wayne-based utility said it will make its next base rate case filing with the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission this summer, though it did not say precisely how much of a reduction it is seeking. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, Alex, checking out westbound 74 coming in from Shelbyville. Still slow, beginning at Post Road, only for about a half a mile, and then you get going as you approach 465 ramps. South side, northbound 65, slow off Keystone Avenue onto the south split. That is a construction zone. So far, southbound 6570 looks pretty good. Again, that's construction work as you head into the south split, and at the moment, we're moving up to speed. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
What do we have? What is the temperature right now, Matt? Why don't you tell us? Good work. 32 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. I was vamping. The time is 6:36. Let's check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, good morning. Number 8, Purdue is at home tonight against number 13, Michigan State. And head coach Matt Painter says the team's solid road wins gives them a good shot at a high seed in this year's NCAA tournament.
We're 7-2 on the road overall, and then we're undefeated neutral. So, we're 11-2 away from Mackey Arena. I think that gives you that bump. The problem when you get on that 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed line, a lot of the people have the same resume.
And tonight's matchup wraps up a 3-game homestand for Purdue. Tip-off at 8. The Indiana Pacers at home against the Charlotte Hornets tonight, trying to break a 4-game slide. Tip-off at 7. And the NFL Combine kicks off today at Lucas Oil Stadium. Gates open at 1. The skills drill starts at 3. It's a chance to see players who could be in the NFL months from now. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
For a limited time, get 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187.
Because at B Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
So yes, producer Carl, I saw this. This trucker driving the wrong way on a roadway at a high rate of speed. Yeah, saw this. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Yeah, just driving down the road, going the wrong way down a road. Now, as is reported, the person driving this truck, Minnesota commercial driver's license, and in the country illegally. That's how it is reported. The question before us is, how do we want to handle this subject? And this is going to bring us back to a conversation about ICE in Indianapolis. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So that's the I think they call that a tease in the business. I think that's what they call it. They call it a tease. But as we have stated, the MAHA, the Make America Healthy Again, is popular. This isn't about whether or not you like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This is about whether or not something is popular, and it is. The survey shows a 3.1% margin of error. Do you approve of the agenda? 59.1%. Ending COVID vaccine manufacturer immunity, 51.4%. Approval for reducing the childhood vaccine schedule, 50.8%. Reducing mandatory childhood vaccines, 45.8% for versus 39.2% against. RFK's job approval, 46.4% approve versus 43.1% disapprove. You're right. You don't have 99.2% of the country in favor. But let's not think it's unpopular. Let's not think that there isn't a connection piece here. Let's not think that there aren't people who are wanting to see this happen. There are. Lots and lots and lots and lots of people. Lots of them. Why in the world should we not notice this? Why would we want to even pretend that nobody wants this when lots of Americans do? Lots of moms do. So, that's just the latest bit of data. Now, I didn't need that data to prove what we know to be true. And if you want to argue my argument with Tony, it's just one poll, okay, I'll wait for more. It's popular. It has people talking. It has them interested. And it has a lot of families out there hoping that we get better health outcomes, because we don't get them with the same old, same old. We just don't. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC, good morning.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Chase away those winter blues with a new car from Tom Roush Lincoln. Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal from Tom Roush. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. Over 3 decades of restoring your home or business to better than new condition. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Win your way into Yacht Rock Review. Enter now at WIBC.com for your chance to score a pair of tickets to see them live Saturday, September 12th at Ruoff Music Center. Don't miss the smoothest night of the summer. Enter at WIBC.com for your shot at tickets.
A record State of the Union. Almost 1 hour, 48 minutes.
93 WIBC.
An Indianapolis cop is headed to prison for decades.
What happens next?
Today our border is secure.
Happens here.
Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast.
Stay in the know
Trump also brought up Iran.
while you're on the go.
The world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, who have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Southside northbound 65, slow in a couple of places. Edgewood Avenue up to 465. And again before Raymond into the south split. That is a construction zone. Inbound 69, 4 minutes down. State Road 37 to 465. Looking pretty good right now, Fishers. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We're in the 30s. 32 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:45. So I don't know what Indianapolis is talking about, but ICE, you are absolutely welcome to be here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. That's the story. ICE isn't welcome in Indianapolis. I was told reliably by Joe Hogsett that Indy welcomes all. What changed? What changed? I'd like an answer to the question. We've got the story at WIBC.com. Jake McDaniel reporting. City of Indianapolis says ICE is not welcome. And for that alone, Governor Braun should say, who the hell do you think you are? Of course ICE is welcome. Hey, Mayor Hogsett, shut your mouth. Where are you, Governor? No. Don't tell me any nice guy anything. We talked about the Bears. It was fun. I need this. The story is that internal documents from Homeland Security suggest Indianapolis is the top target for new immigration detention center. Wait, Indianapolis proper? Huh, interesting. It is a $38 billion federal expansion. Outlines plans for a facility, as reported, of holding 8,500 people. Federal records indicate the government is moving to buy and renovate warehouses. Indianapolis leaders say they're left in the dark. And from Hogsett, a spokesperson, because Lord only knows Joe Hogsett isn't going to make a statement himself, is he? The city of Indianapolis has no knowledge of this potential purchase and would not be involved. We do not welcome or support this in our community. Why not? Why doesn't the mayor's office explain why he doesn't support this? Now, do you not support the idea of a detention center, or do you not support ICE and Toto? And again, I will ask the new chief of police, Chief Terry. I will ask the IMPD chief. It was Chris Bailey. Chris Bailey decided to go and be Hogsett's chief of staff. Why? I have no idea. Now the police chief is Tanya Terry. So, Chief Terry, if asked by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement to assist in the removal of illegal immigrants from the city of Indianapolis, will the IMPD assist? So yes or no? We'd like an answer to the question. Not, you haven't been asked. If asked, will you assist? And is your answer in accordance with the executive order from Governor Mike Braun? Because this move or this statement from the mayor through the spokesperson doesn't seem like there's much assistance. Congressman Andre Carson says, here's my message to ICE. You're not welcome. I repeatedly voted against ICE funding under Trump's cruel regime. Government funding should be used for housing, food deserts, and improving our roads, not to detain children and murder U.S. citizens. Alex Preddy and Renee Good have to understand, and those who support them, that they were contributors to their own death. And I still favor investigations into what happened. Renee Good is not some random person. And for this former law enforcement officer that Andre Carson likes to remind everybody he was, for him to go about basically calling ICE agents murderers is disgusting. This has been a week of Andre Carson really trying to make a name for himself, really trying to take himself off the back bench. This is how you want to do it? You keep claiming law enforcement. You know law enforcement. You understand law enforcement. Is there no recognition that Renee Good was blocking traffic? Renee Good did not listen to lawful orders. Renee Good backed up her car. And if she had not skidded out on the ice when moving forward, she would have absolutely driven directly through an officer as opposed to just hitting him on the side as she was turning on the side. She did this. And I still want an investigation. Alex Preddy was known to ICE. Alex Preddy had already destroyed, or I should say damaged, ICE property. I'm not saying he should have been killed. I want an investigation. Your blanket statement is they're murderers. It's disgusting, Andre Carson, but I expect nothing less from a man who won't condemn Louis Farrakhan. Which brings us now to the mayor, which brings us to the statement from Karen Tallien, the chair of the Indiana Democratic Party, talking about the State of the Union. The illusion of normal is now unsustainable, she writes. 1 year into Trump's second term, the country is a mess and everything is expensive. Donald Trump's lies included a promise to lower costs on day one. Instead, we have unaffordable health care, reduced medical facilities, and illegal tariffs that cost the average household an extra $2,100 last year, all while Trump's family and friends have managed to enrich themselves in a $2.5 billion, I should say, or by $2.5 billion in a single year through his self-dealings and crypto schemes. His promise of immigration reform has turned into murder on the streets by masked ICE agents with poor training but multi-billion-dollar budgets, all while Americans continue to struggle to make ends meet. Dear Lord, you want to talk about normal? You have your congressman here in Indianapolis screaming, defund the police. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to just call it that. We will. And you have Rashida Tlaib, while the chamber is chanting USA, USA, she's chanting KKK, KKK. That's your party, Karen Tallien. Where's your statement saying that's wrong? Why does Karen Tallien support the Democratic Party chanting KKK instead of USA? Let us ask Karen Tallien, agree or disagree with the statement, stand up and show your support if you agree. The job of government is to protect the citizen over the illegal immigrant. Agree or disagree? That was President Trump's question. Karen Tallien, agree or disagree? We'll wait. Is the job of government to protect the American over the illegal immigrant? The American citizen, does the American citizen come first? Agree or disagree? Show your support. Or do you want us to guess? ICE should triple down on its work. ICE should have those who are impeding their efforts arrested. Zip ties are cheap. Protesters can protest all they choose and are protected by the Constitution and should continue to be. Those who drive at ICE officers should expect bad things to happen. It's funny, I've said those words. If you block traffic, you should expect bad things to happen to you. And I still want to know if these were good shoots according to the rules of ICE. By the way, they scream bad training. What proof do they have of bad training? What proof do you have of bad training? Was it bad training when Barack Obama was doing the same? No, what you didn't have is people violently attacking ICE agents. You won't admit it. You won't engage the fullness of the conversation. With all due respect, Ms. Tallien, I don't believe we've ever met. I wouldn't expect anything less from today's Democratic Party to not have a complete conversation. ICE is welcome. Maybe Joe Hogsett shouldn't be welcome. Maybe it's time for him to go. And same with Andre Carson. Maybe what the city of Indianapolis should do is say, hey, we're moving you out and we're going to bring in people who actually want to make the city better and stronger and safer and don't mind that growth takes place here. Now, if we want to ask ourselves, hey, a detention facility, what does that mean safety and security-wise? Who's being brought in? Who's being brought out? How does this affect the city? Does it affect traffic? Does it affect the whole? All fine questions, but not what's being asked by the Democratic Party of Indiana. Oh, no. They're too busy being reactionary and anti-American for that. Matt Bear has traffic.
Northbound 65 slow in a couple of spots. First, Edgewood Avenue up to 465, and then Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
When Dugan Air began servicing Johnson, Shelby, Bartholomew, Brown, Morgan, and Marion County over 17 years ago, they focused on a great customer experience. That has grown into the Dugan difference. Dugan is always looking to go above and beyond for their customers, consistently giving top-notch service every time. You will be taken care of. Dugan Air is your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer. Go DuganAir.com. Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air.
Premium service, no shenanigans.
Michael Meitner, IT Director for Grand River Aseptic Manufacturing, has multiple products from Applied Innovation.
We utilize their line of Rico MFPs across all of our sites, and we're currently using their DocuWare solution for scanning and archival.
Applied Innovation's DocuWare solution has benefits?
Yeah, us providing our great customer service to our customers has been improved tenfold. Instead of taking like 30 minutes, it now takes 1 minute.
So Applied Innovation has become an important strategic partner.
Applied Innovation has really become our one-shop stop for all of our MFP printing, scanning needs, our document archiving processes. It's really convenient to have one vendor across all of our 6-7 different sites that we have that I can trust on.
And Applied Innovation service?
Customer service has been amazing. I recommend Applied Innovation and DocuWare to anyone that I possibly can.
Applied Innovation. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedyinnovation.com.
Groceries, gas, just about everything you can buy comes with a tax on it. No matter what, the government's always there to take their cut of your cash. Your money belongs to you. That's why Congressman Jim Baird joined with President Donald Trump to pass historic legislation to ensure you keep more of your hard-earned cash. According to the White House, Congressman Baird's vote means Americans will receive a tax cut, saving over $10,000 every year. They'll get no taxes on tips for workers, and families will receive permanent increases to child tax credits and expanded child care access. That means bigger paychecks, a stronger economy, and more prosperity across our nation. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are saving American families money and putting money in your wallet, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
I'm at Decatur Township Station 73 in Canby, Indiana. I'm a firefighter engineer. I drive all emergency equipment to the scenes. So my father-in-law, his health was declining. We needed to move him to put in assisted living, and we needed to get the home out of his name. It definitely affects your job, thinking about things at home, trying to get things settled. I would catch myself here at the firehouse thinking about, I need to hurry up and get this done with the home. I need to close on it. I really didn't want to hassle with putting it on the market, listing it. I just Googled and found Simple Quarters, and I reached out to Megan, and the process could not have been smoother. She met with me, I think it was the next day. We did a walkthrough of the house. It just took an hour to do the walkthrough of the property. Megan was straightforward from start to the finish. She told me what they could offer. There was no pressure involved whatsoever. The pricing I got for the house was very fair. I would recommend Simple Quarters. The process was very, very simple.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME, 317-687-HOME.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Good Thursday morning. Coming up in 2 minutes, why a man is waking up in Marion County Jail, what changes could be coming to Indianapolis public schools, why you might hit some delays on roads if you're headed towards southern Indiana today, and a free event kicking off this afternoon in Indy for football fans. After Fox News from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
Cuba is calling them terrorists who came from the U.S. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The 4 people shot dead and 6 wounded right off the coast in a speedboat registered in Florida.
It is highly unusual to see shootouts in open sea like that.
And Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. will do its own investigation.
The Cuba government says that when this boat entered their waters, a border guard approached them wanting to get more information, and that's when the shots were fired. It happened about a mile off of Cuba's north coast. Cuba's Interior Ministry said the 10 passengers were Cuban nationals living in the U.S., and some had a known history of criminal and violent activity, and they claimed the group wanted to carry out an infiltration for terrorist purposes.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett. The U.S. and Iran are talking again now in Geneva indirectly through a mediator as President Trump demands Iran scale back its nuclear program while a U.S. military buildup continues in the region.
Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has told state TV that weapons of mass destruction were banned by the country's supreme leader. That clearly means, says President Pezeshkian, that Tehran won't develop nuclear weapons. But experts say Iran has since enriched uranium well beyond the level needed for a nuclear power program.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The same American envoys in those talks will sit down with the Ukrainian officials today, still trying to end Russia's war. There's more of the 2020 election fallout at the FBI. The director's angry about the scrutiny he was put under before he took charge of the bureau.
Fox confirms the FBI seized Kash Patel's and now White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles' phone records in 2022 and 2023 as part of the investigations into President Trump's effort to overturn the 2020 election results and retaining classified documents when he left office. Patel and Wiles were Trump aides named in investigations. Patel calls the subpoenas of his phone records outrageous and alarming. Meantime, at least 10 FBI employees who worked on the classified documents case were fired Wednesday.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why a man is waking up in jail. It's 33 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 47. Not snowing here, but that's not the case south of Indy, where roads could be snow covered. More on that in a minute. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Marion County prosecutors have filed murder and arson charges against a man accused of setting a mobile home on fire Wednesday with a woman inside. That woman is dead. The fire happened on the west side near South Lyndhurst Drive and I-70.
Once the firefighters arrived, they found a single-wide mobile home that had previously been involved in a fire. The fire had self-extinguished prior to the arrival of the first company.
And the Wayne Township Fire Department Assistant Chief Courtney Wright speaking with WIBC. IMPD says Randall Lee Buchanan of Bargersville was booked into jail last night. A narrow band of weather is sitting over southern Indiana right now, and it's causing some schools to delay and leaving a few roads covered in snow.
Yeah, so this system should move off to the east pretty quickly. So by around 8 o'clock, all the precipitation should be done. And luckily for us, we are going to see a little bit of a warming trend here over the next few days, including today. So temperatures today are likely going to be in the upper 40s to near 50.
Aaron Updike, a forecaster at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis. He says forecasters are also keeping their eyes on another system Sunday into Monday that could bring significant snow. A bill that would let Indiana's Attorney General take action against local governments, schools, colleges, and hospitals if they try to block immigration enforcement is now headed to Governor Mike Braun's desk.
In a recent 2-year report, ICE arrested over 4,000 illegal immigrants that are charged with homicide in this country. Over 4,000. Who's going to stand up for those folks?
Testimony from Senator Chris Garton Wednesday. It also allows the state to punish people who hire people who are in the country illegally. It also requires local cops who hold inmates to work with ICE if they ask. The Indiana Senate set to vote today on a bill that could pave the way for the Chicago Bears to move to the Hoosier State. The bill would create a Northwest Stadium Authority to handle land and leases and finances if the team chooses Hammond as its next home. Changes could be coming to Indianapolis public schools. Jarrett Lewis breaks it down.
The Senate narrowly passing a bill on Tuesday that would create the Indianapolis Public Education Corporation, consisting of 9 members appointed by the Indianapolis mayor. The elected IPS board would retain control of day-to-day operations, including with the budget, facilities, and transportation. Democratic State Senator Fadi Kadura doesn't like the look of it, though.
The House had its hand guiding the work of ILEA locally to come up with these recommendations. So to suggest that the ILEA recommendations came from the community is not accurate.
The bill heads back to the House after the Senate made changes to it. The 2026 legislative session is scheduled to end on Friday.
And the NFL Combine starts today at Lucas Oil Stadium. Fans get in free if you download the NFL app. And Indianapolis Colts general manager Chris Ballard says he understands how you feel about the losing, but he says it'll change soon.
One day it'll happen here in Indy, all right? Sooner or later. Nobody, I can't tell the future. But there's nothing more that I want than a win for the fans of this city. They deserve it.
On the Fan Morning Show yesterday, the Colts have missed the playoffs 5 years in a row. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Good Thursday morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Grind? Looking at the east side crash, eastbound 70 at the 465 Rams. And no. Watching the camera here, it looks like it's in the right shoulder at the moment. Yeah, just be careful if you're going eastbound 70. Hit those 465 Rams. Crash reported. Northbound 65 south side slow before Raymond Street into the south. Split it on the north side. Eastbound 465 tight from Ditch Road over to US 31. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's cold out, but Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with hot deals. Visit Great Lakes Honda Fishers and fall in love with a new vehicle. Shop online at GreatLakesHondaFishers.com and come in for a test drive. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, which TV meteorologist? What's happening?
Hey, good morning. We have some of those snow showers pushing across parts of the southern sections of central Indiana. Those are all now moving off to the east, should be out of here in the next hour or two. We're going to look for sunshine. Later this afternoon, we'll warm up to 48 tonight. Partly cloudy, down to 34. And a fantastic Friday. Sunny skies, highs near 60. This weekend, not terrible. First part, up to 52 on Saturday, partly cloudy. Chance of some light precipitation late Saturday, but a better chance Sunday into Monday with a storm system that we are watching could bring us some rain or snow showers.
That is Tara Hastings right there of Wish TV. I don't care what the weather does. We're on.
Okay.
February 28th. Trump 1 year and 1 month later. And now that the State of the Union has happened, I had so much. I had changed the whole thing around, was talking about ways to what I expect and how you need to go about doing things, and then Trump did a bunch of that in the State of the Union. So I'm like, okay, now what? I cannot wait to drink bourbon with you on Saturday. Cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. Tara, with you, with the people, with everyone. It's going to be terrific.
And the whippy.
And some whippy, which I'm making arrangements now to go get that. I've got whippy. I've got cupcakes. I've got everything. It's crazy.
This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I think ticket sales are over, but you can check tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com. If it's still up, buy tickets. It'll be honored. Do it. Can't wait to see you there. That's Tara Hastings. Go get him, Tara. We'll talk more in a little bit. 32 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time, what is the time? The time is 7:08. Session is going to come to an end. But what's going to be a law? That is the question. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Good piece over there at the IBJ via the Indiana Capital Chronicle. Just taking a look at what it is that we've got. Like House Bill 1343, according to them, would allow the leader of the Indiana National Guard to establish a military police unit of members with police powers. Well, there's something to ask questions about. No. Legitimately, there's something to make you say, I'm sorry, what am I looking at here? The governor could authorize the force to exercise those policing powers throughout the state after providing, quote unquote, reasonable notice to local law enforcement. I'm curious about why we need this. What specifically does this do that isn't already some level of executive power? Don't be surprised if this gets questions. Then you've got bills on regulation. Talk about housing. You talk about a legislation that would do away with unnecessary local regulations. You can always count me in on doing away with unnecessary local regulations. I would probably find more unnecessary local regulations than you. Cutting state boards, cutting commissions, which would be great if we actually did that and only did that and didn't then say, you know, we should create a commission over here, we should create a commission over there. If you're going to cut these things because you want to get rid of the waste, then actually cut them and keep them cut and don't create a new one. The Senate, with a unanimous vote on a bill for driver English language and immigration checks. You understand that this CDL conversation, this commercial driver's license conversation, this is the Hoosier conversation. We are the ground zero. We're it. What is happening with illegal immigrants, with people in the country illegally, unlawfully getting commercial driver's licenses, we have to be the tip of the spear. I like what Senator Banks is doing. We as a state have to be the tip of the spear. And any municipality, any city, any township, any leadership opposed to removing commercial driver's licenses from illegal immigrants or fraudsters, that's somebody who has to get voted out of office. We have to steamroll them. They can't be allowed to have a say. Oh, don't get me wrong, they can have their opinion. It just can't be law. And yes, anybody who thinks that if you're in the country illegally, you should be allowed to have a commercial driver's license, we need to vote them out of office and keep them out of office. I think we should send them to Illinois, but I don't always get what I want. So there is a series of things that are working their way through. Some have gotten a lot of talk. Some, of course, will get no talk, and we'll find out later. Wait a second. We missed this, and look what it's doing. But I think for the state, the real conversation here is what happened last year. We were told, we make these changes to property taxes, we'll see results in 2026. It's here. If the results don't come in 2026, don't expect anybody to treat you well. Don't expect to stay in office. Don't expect anything other than the derision you will richly deserve. We were told, oh yes, things went up in 2025. People got in crazy bills in 2025. But this legislation is going to work, and in 2026, you'll see things get better. Okay? We're now watching. If things don't get better, don't come to us and say, well, you don't understand. No. We'll understand plenty that having a supermajority might not be the only thing that matters. This is what we're waiting on. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Hot foot it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69 slow, 106th Street, 282nd. South side, northbound 65 stop and go from South Keystone Avenue 1 to the south split is a 3-minute delay. Eastbound 465 north side, tied from Ditch Road over to Meridian. Crash south side, stop 11 Road at State Road 135 South Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Bosch. Visit grandappliance.com for full details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
32 degrees, 33 degrees, 32 degrees, sorry. In the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
February is the month of love, so maybe it's time to show your carpet a little attention. Your carpet is the biggest air filter in your home, and if it hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing dirt, dust, and winter buildup every single day. That's why I call Zero Res. No soaps, no residue, just a deeper clean that keeps your home fresher longer. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. Book online at zeroresindy.com. Ask for the WIBC special.
That was weird. Gearing up for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher, Booher, BooherRemodeling.com. It's in your 4 walls. You call Booher, and then they make it look like, I don't know, something that's worthwhile. Because that's your problem. Kitchen doesn't look like what you think a kitchen should look like. It doesn't work the way you think your kitchen should work, and that's driving you nuts. I mean, as much as you want to create value in your home and value in your life, it's driving you crazy that you don't have countertop space. Why are you being driven crazy? It doesn't make any sense. You can call Booher. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen. They work with the name brand products you know and trust, and they stand behind their work, a 2-year workmanship guarantee. You don't have to live with crazy. You don't have to live with less than. You call Booher. You work out the plan. You explain to them what you're trying to do. They say, okay, we hear you, and here's what we think that means. And you're like, no, I want to change this. No, I want to turn this. And they're like, yeah, sounds great. Well, what about this? And what about that? Next thing you know, you've got a plan. Next thing you know, they're working the plan. And you're stress-free because you know everything that's happening every single step of the way, which is glorious. Booher Remodeling. They deliver quality work. They deliver it on time with a service-oriented attitude. Talk to Booher Remodeling today about your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, your home, your life, and not living with the madness. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booher. Booher. BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is so much more. Now, I had a series of things that I had considered talking about this morning, and I had already shared with you some of the things regarding J.D. Vance and working on this fraud conversation. I wanted to, I wasn't. All right, I'll do it now. Now, I'm going to ask you, Producer Carl, to put your finger on the dump button. Because this is Robert De Niro. And there was this counter-programming that took place during the State of the Union. The state of the swamp, and the Democrats were having this important counter-programming, and you could watch something else and get the real truth. And honestly, Kid Rock was better. But Robert De Niro was speaking. And this is the kind of talk that passes for caring or intellectual, when they're not screaming blank Trump and F this and that, which has now become the standard fare. No matter what I have ever thought of Andre Carson or Joe Hogsett, I don't say that. I still refer to the mayor as the mayor. I still refer to the congressman as the congressman. Because that's what you do. That's not what the left does. And so this was Robert De Niro. Now, Producer Carl, I warned you, if something slips through, it's on you. You're cool with the pressure.
I got my finger on the button.
Hot diggity. Let's listen to what the actor Robert De Niro has to say.
Regardless of our political affiliation or whether we engage in politics or not, we all love our country. I choke on that phrase, we all love our country, because our country isn't so lovable right now. In the current climate, declaring love for our country is like an abused spouse professing love for their abuser.
That moment, one has to stop and ask Robert De Niro exactly what are you talking about? What abuse are you taking? In the implementation of the law? The Supreme Court making decisions? Following the law? Interpreting, if you will? What abuse are you referring to? No one ever asks that question. What does any of this mean? What does this downtrodden woe is us thing mean? When Democrats are in charge, seems to be the only time they're happy. They only seem to love their country when they win. When they don't win, they're in an abusive relationship, which of course gives them the carte blanche to engage in any act of violence they choose. I don't excuse any act of violence. I can recognize the actions of Renee Good and Alex Preddy and still say I want investigations, and it's possible there are going to be ICE agents who have to deal with the consequences of their actions. I don't fail to recognize what it is they did. Why is this your default? But I want it understood that this is the default. The leftist position is agree with us and you'll be okay. If you don't agree with us, we will engage in every act of violence we possibly can. When we don't win, the country is abusive. When we win, everything is fine. I voted for Trump. I won. Everything's not fine. Two things can be true at the same time. You mean only if your guy wins is everything right? It's not true. It's not even rational. And what you're arguing for, Robert De Niro, which you have argued for a long time because you are knee-deep and neck-deep in it, is a cult. You're not arguing for a country. You're not arguing for debate. You're not arguing for, well, the desire and the capability to argue. You're arguing for fealty. Only we, only us. I argue not that there can't be Democrats. I argue that there aren't any Democrats. And President Trump was right, and we said it here. We said it, by the way, before the State of the Union. These people are insane. Mutilate children and have no borders is not a system of government. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. You're an abused spouse. When the left is only happy if they have power is a very dangerous, dangerous moment. If your happiness comes from power, then you'll do anything to get power. And if that's not frightening, I don't know what is. We should be happy because we have a nation that endures, a republic that we are upheld to protect, that allows us to engage and make changes. That isn't what Robert De Niro wants. Yeah, I don't want what Robert De Niro wants. I want the better nation. He wants some fealty loyalist nation. What he wants seems rather dangerous. And I'm not willing to give him what he wants. I think he has to lose in 2026 and 2028, 2030 and 2032. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony. Scanners reporting that the intersection at Mills and Mooresville Road closed because of a multiple vehicle accident. Please stay clear. Again, that's south side, Mills Road at Mooresville Road. Also a crash on the southeast side. That's Emerson at Raymond. Inbound 69 delayed 5 minutes, 106 to 465. Eastbound 465 slow off Michigan Road over to Meridian 31. East side northbound 465 slow before and after Penn Pike, and crash south side. Stop 11 at South Meridian State Road 135. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off plus all products. Get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
It's going to be a big day for Hillary Clinton as she is set to testify before the House Oversight Committee in regards to the Epstein files. It's Casey. Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in no time with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
Pat Sullivan here. Fire emergency? I've had one. If you do, call Michaelis. Owner Richard Michaelis explains why.
Michaelis is local and family owned. 39 years of experience with 24/7, 365 response. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified, restoring your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
And Michaelis helps you through the insurance process, giving you peace of mind. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
When the cold takes over, Bassett Services is the name you can trust to keep your home warm and safe. From furnace repairs to full system replacements, we provide reliable solutions with care and professionalism. For urgent repairs or routine maintenance, Bassett delivers service you can depend on. We've been the first call for heating and cooling in Indianapolis for decades, so sound the hound at BassettServices.com for all your heating needs. Bassett Services.
Always by your side.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
For a limited time, get 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
A record State of the Union. Almost 1 hour, 48 minutes.
93 WIBC.
An Indianapolis cop is headed to prison for decades.
What happens next?
Today, our border is secure.
Happens here.
Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast.
Stay in the know.
Trump also brought up Iran.
While you're on the go.
The world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
On air, online, and on Alexa. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
4 people are dead, others injured. It's 33 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 48. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 7:31. The Cuban Coast Guard said it shot and killed several people recently on a Florida-registered speedboat, saying they were terrorists trying to cause harm in Cuba's territorial waters.
The Department of Homeland Security, the Coast Guard, others are involved. The majority of the information we still possess is what Cuban authorities are providing both the public and the U.S. government. We have our embassy on the ground in Havana working this as we speak.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. government is looking for more details. Florida Congressman Carlos Jimenez is calling for an investigation, even after the U.S. Supreme Court blocked President Trump's emergency tariff policy. A U.S. trade representative named Jameson Greer says the administration's strategy remains the same.
Greer tells the Fox News Rundown podcast he'll rely on alternative authorities to replicate the country-by-country tariffs imposed back in April. Still, some of those additional tariff authorities are either temporary, like a global tax imposed earlier this month, or require additional investigations to determine if limiting imports protects national security.
Fox's Jared Halpern reporting. Memorial services begin today for the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. Jackson will lie in repose today and tomorrow at the Rainbow Push Coalition headquarters in Chicago. His body will then be transported to South Carolina and Washington, D.C. for more memorial services. The civil rights leader died last week at the age of 84. The House Oversight Committee will depose former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton today ahead of tomorrow's scheduled deposition of former President Bill Clinton.
The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed the Clintons last year, and after a back and forth over scheduling, Oversight set deposition dates for this past January. The Clintons failed to appear. They sent a letter to the House Oversight Committee chairman saying the demand for their testimony was partisan politics. But after 9 Democrats sided with Republicans to hold the former president in contempt and 3 Democrats agreed to hold former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in contempt, the couple relented. They've not been accused of any wrongdoing in relation to Jeffrey Epstein, and Hillary Clinton has said she doesn't recall ever meeting Epstein. Oversight staff attorneys are expected to conduct the depositions in Chappaqua, New York, where the Clintons live.
That's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reporting. And fans at Prudential Center in New Jersey last night were focused on one player The crowd reacted as Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils took to the ice just days after his game-winning goal at the Winter Olympics.
I'm so proud to represent the New Jersey Devils organization.
And Hughes scored the game-winning goal in overtime to beat Canada. It was the first gold medal for the U.S. team since the Miracle on Ice team did it in 1980. In sports on WIBC at 7:34, the NFL Combine kicks off today at Lucas Oil Stadium. Over the next 4 days, fans can watch players get ready for the league, including IU linebacker Aiden Fisher, who describes his game as
versatile. I think a lot of my game is built off, quick reads, instincts and just flying around. For me, I think being able to stop the run is something I pride myself on. I think I've done a good job with that. In my pass coverage, just taking huge leaps every year.
And the Combine gates open at 1, drills start at 3. It's a free event. Fans just need to register through the NFL app. Tonight in college basketball, Mackey Arena, number 8 Purdue plays number 13 Michigan State.
They are a very consistent rebounding team. They're a very physical team. They're one of the best teams in the country defensively. They make it very, very hard for you to get in the paint. That's why you got to be able to have some discipline, be able to probe the defense, got to have good ball movement.
Head coach Matt Painter's team is favored by a little bit. Tip-off at 8. Last night, Villanova beat Butler 82-73, and the Indiana Pacers try to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight at home against the Charlotte Hornets. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
All right, Ryan, south side, eastbound 465 approaching Emerson. Crash in the left lane. Stop and go traffic past the I-65 ramps. A delay of 3 minutes. Northbound 65 slows from Edgewood Avenue up to 465 because of the construction. And then we hit the brakes again around South Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a delay of 7 minutes. Inbound 69 stop and go 116th to 465, a 6-minute delay. Crash Emerson Avenue at Raymond Street, also on the southeast side at the intersection Mills and Mooresville roads. That intersection is shut down right now because of a multiple vehicle crash. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
33 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time. It's 7:36.
Church bells rang through Salem as redcoats marched to a raised drawbridge. Muskets at the ready. Townspeople stood their ground.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by the WIBC Daily Newsletter.
February 26, 1775. British troops under Colonel Alexander Leslie entered Salem to seize cannon and powder. Locals lifted the bridge, blocked the road, and militia gathered fast. Tension flared. A shove, a pricked bayonet, one spark from war. A compromise followed. The troops crossed a short distance to satisfy orders, then withdrew. 6 weeks later, shots would ring at Lexington. But on this day, restraint held.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Have the latest headlines and show content delivered to your inbox daily. Sign up at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, I'm having a hard time. You know what? I can't say it as well as he can, so I'll just let him say it.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff, all sorts of stuff is there on the Marketplace. I bring it to you, brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. Indiana unclaimed.gov, fast, easy, free to use. Text my name, Tony, to 46220 to get started. Matt Baer, he joins us right now from the WIBC Traffic Center. Producer Carl is lurking around there somewhere. Matt, when you head out for the evening, do you like to look good?
Always, every time.
Right, and that is not just that's from head to toe.
Yes, yeah, very
right.
much.
Start there with the perfectly coiffed do, and all the way down to the kicks. Right.
Wear my cummerbund too. Yeah.
Oh well, who doesn't? Mm-hmm. Who doesn't? But when you're talking about down to the toe, you gotta have shoes that have some style. You gotta have some shoes that have a little bit of class, a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of hey now, a little bit of oh my, there's somebody walking down the street, right?
Yeah, wingtip.
Right, you got to go full Andy Dufresne at the end there. Make sure they've got a fine shine.
Yeah, carry a bag on my leg.
That's a Shawshank Redemption reference, people. Stick with the program. Matt Baer, I bring to you, these are Mauri, M-A-U-R-I, I think I'm pronouncing that properly. Alligator skin dress shoes. Two-tone Italian leather, black-brown with gold accents.
Oh, they're made of gold.
Oh, yeah. Take a look at these things. Take a look at these bad boys.
Sell it for cash. Oh, these are awesome. I love these so much, yes. They're definitely alligator. I was thinking snake before.
Yeah, you would know.
You said, yeah, this is an alligator shoe right now.
Right.
I would wear these to the event Saturday night if I owned them. I think they're beautiful.
Oh, you should wear them.
Yeah. Look at they have the little handcrafted gold laces.
I know. This could be yours.
The king's gone mad.
Right? They've got a size 14 available, but they also have a size 13 available.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a sock in it.
These are. Yeah, but these go on your feet.
No.
This is what? What? Size 14 or a size 13, Matt Baer. These could be yours for $75.
Oh man.
Now hold on. Before anything, I believe that they are used, lightly worn. We are told, lightly worn, clean with no major issues. $75 for alligator. Are you in or are you out?
I'm out.
Really?
Well, no, they're not going to fit me. I mean, these are shoes for a very tall man, like way tall. Way up there in the skyline and stratosphere, and he needs a big shoe, and I don't have a very big shoe, so. Right. I'm going to have to put a sock in the end of it.
Right.
To make
kind
it
of
fit.
padding.
Yeah.
Perhaps a toe guard.
Yeah, a toe guard. Oh, good idea, man. A toga. I could wear them with a toga. And then...
Hey, if you want to wear a toga Saturday night, you go right ahead.
And where's my bed sheet? I'll even wash them.
Hey, it's red tie. I didn't say you couldn't wear one with it.
Woo! Hello, ladies.
I do have a red tie. I also have red suspenders. I am all set.
Oh, wow. I have neither. Can I still go?
Oh, sure, why not?
Yes.
Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I have no idea if it's working. I have no idea if they stopped ticket sales or not. I don't know. I got back last night. I don't know which end is up. But, man, it's going to be a party. Trump 1 year and 1 month later. It's just, we're back to just full-on party now. It's totally insane what is taking place. But you're a no for these shoes, Matt Baer.
I'm definitely a no. They won't fit. I love them, but they're not going to fit me.
They're solid. Honestly, I'm surprised these are still for sale. They were listed just a day ago. I'll be surprised if they're still here at the end of the day.
My small feet have cheated me my entire life.
Yep.
BS.
If they come in a size 4.
Yes, please.
Matt Baer is all in.
No, I'm ready.
Maybe with a stiletto heel.
Be a little snug, but I'll make it work.
Good for you. Good for you. Everything from the marketplace we've got at WIBC.com. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
The tournament looms. The bracket picture tightens. And every game carries more weight.
He had
it! The Big Ten doesn't give second chances.
We're playing great basketball. We want to keep it rolling.
And March doesn't forgive mistakes.
Indiana has pulled it off.
If you want better seating, if you want momentum, you earn it now. IU meets Michigan State, Sunday at 3:45 on the home of the Hoosiers, 93 WIBC.
Window Nation, Windows, windownation.com. Window Nation was recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies, so you can trust Window Nation for high-quality, affordable windows. That's what I did. They were in and out of my house within a day, replaced the whole front of my house with brand new windows, saving a ton on energy bills, keeping the cold air out and the warm air in with Window Nation and windownation.com.
Schedule your fast and free estimate right now with Window Nation. Go to their website, windownation.com. Shop around, find what you like, but take advantage of this deal. Buy 4, get 4 windows for free, and get an extra 10% off. And again, a fast and free estimate is available at windownation.com. But to get the deal, you have to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Shop Grand Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, professional installation, and of course, the lowest prices every day on top brands like Bosch. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's happening?
That's an 11-minute delay coming inbound 69 116th Street, 2465. On the east side, northbound 465 slows from 72 East 56 and delayed 4 minutes. South side, northbound 65 tied off Southport Road up to 465. And again, after Keystone Avenue, really on the brakes up to the south split. Crash south side, eastbound 465 approaching Emerson has a slow back to US 31 East. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
33 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:45.
Applied Innovation customer Michael Kisselback, IT manager at Neuter, a full-service industrial construction company, liked what Applied Innovation provided.
So we look for companies that have shared values as us. So companies that treat clients the way we want to treat our clients, proactive, responsive, and committed to long-term relationships.
And whether it's copiers, printers, or wide-format plotters, you depend on your Applied Innovation sales rep.
Anytime I need anything from my sales rep, he is on point and on call. I probably have never had a better sales rep than the one I have at Applied. I mean, I email him, I call him, he's on it on the spot, which is pretty impressive.
Sounds like you found that long-term relationship with Applied Innovation.
I say Applied Innovation is responsive, intelligent, and always on point. Applied makes things easy.
Make your life easier by calling Applied Innovation today. 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation. Office technology made simple from a partner you can trust.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
It might be time to break up with your old ride. Head into Great Lakes Honda of Fishers and fall in love with a new vehicle.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Santana with the Doobie Brothers June 21st at Ruoff Music Center.
Got a black magic woman.
Zito, writing over at the Washington Examiner, wrote the following headline: "These people are crazy is the campaign Democrats should fear." Yeah. And so the Democratic Party is aware this is going to stick. This is here. We have felt this for a long time. We've said it right here. I want to go back to Monday's show because I'm pretty sure I said these words out loud. And if you were to take a look at my presentation for Saturday, it's right there. You can't vote for these people. These people are out of their minds. The problem with that line is that it's kind of horrible that it has to get said out loud. It's kind of leftist cheap. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. And the answer is yep. And that's why it's going to work. For years, they have called you, not just President Trump, you a threat to democracy. They've called you a racist. They've called you a Nazi. They've cheapened the Holocaust. They've diminished the Holocaust. They utilize the genocide, a real genocide of 6 million as their political prop. And then when confronted with the facts that no genocide took place in Gaza by Israel, they don't care. You don't owe these people anything, which is going to be a huge part of the conversation that we have on Saturday. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Check it out. Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, Indiana, all great sponsors. The bourbon, the food, the whippy from Kroger. Oh, it's coming. Be there. Everyone's going to be there. Be there. See if there are last-minute tickets. WIBC.com, tickets.TonyKatz.com. You don't owe these people anything. You do owe yourself something, though. And this is where people get a little bit lost. You have to be able to engage without losing your own soul. It's extremely important. But you don't owe these people anything. We don't owe them any niceties. We owe it to ourselves to be honest. We owe it to ourselves to be discussing these things honestly. These people are out of their heads. There is a moment during the State of the Union where the crowd, the members of Congress, people in the gallery are chanting USA, USA. And you can see the video of Rashida Tlaib turning to Ilhan Omar and chanting KKK, KKK. Haha, she's so funny. Why is she in Congress? She doesn't believe in a better America. She hates America. Never mind just hating Jews and being a bigot overall. I apologize for nothing. These people are crazy. They believe in open borders. They believe in the full-on abuse of children. They believe in the abuse of children. And they don't think the American citizen comes before the illegal immigrant. They're crazy. How possibly could you think that they should be voted for? How possibly could you think that they should be in power? So Zelina Zito's point is that it's going to stick. This is Alinsky. And we're going to talk about that as well. Alinsky. A good tactic is one that your people enjoy. And we should be clear that people enjoyed the State of the Union, that the State of the Union had a serious effect. And that Democrats can try to ignore it or downplay it. But this was Major Garrett from CBS just after the State of the Union. This worked.
As we have Major here at the table, I want to bring the conversation back here to our group watching along. Major, you've seen a lot of these, I think, more than any of us. What stood out to you?
Well, look, before the speech, many Republicans said one of the priorities for the president was to make sure Americans after this speech had a sense that the opposition party was off the rails, was crazy, their terminology, not mine. Many of the contrasts the president articulated tonight were to drive that message forward. That not only do I disagree with the opposition party sitting before me in Congress, but I disagree with them so strongly and they with me so much that they can't even applaud basic common sense thing. And that line that you mentioned, that he added to the speech, whether it was ad-libbed or not, The first obligation, American citizens versus illegal aliens, was meant to create a visual moment of perpetual contrast.
And he did. Trump won the fight. Now, does this mean he's going to win the midterms? I have no answer for that. I believe the path. I've always believed that the path is clear because I have always understood that the narrative is not reality. And the left is desperate to set narrative. And the State of the Union took it away from them. Now Republicans have to continue to be the narrative setters going all the way forward. They're not great at that. But the idea that Trump is unpopular, all these positions are unpopular, it's all a fraud. These people are crazy. They can't even applaud common sense things, basic common sense things. Yup. That's accurate. So Selena Zito is correct. You're correct. This is going to stick. And now Republicans have a lot of work to do between now and November to win. I will be discussing that work on Saturday. I cannot wait to have a bourbon with you. WIBC.com, tickets.tonykatz.com. Get those last second tickets while you can. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
South side, northbound 65, stop and go before Edgewood Avenue to 465. And again, after Keystone into the south, split the ladder, delayed 6 minutes. Crash eastbound 465 approaching Emerson Avenue. That has a slow to I-65. And on the east side, northbound 465, it tightens up from 70 up to East 56, a 3-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B-Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
If you thought you missed the big sale at Sullivan's last weekend, good news, you didn't. Because after an incredible response, we're holding over the 20% savings on premium patio furniture for just one more weekend. Hey, Pat Sullivan here. Spring never waits, and neither should you. At Sullivan Hardware and Garden, we have one of the largest selections of patio furniture in the area. Teak, cast aluminum, all-weather wicker, Berlin Gardens poly, built to last, built to be enjoyed. And here's the best part. This isn't furniture you have to wait months for. It's in stock and ready to go when the weather turns. That's why this weekend, we're giving you one more chance to save an extra 20% on all patio furniture. It's the best price of the year. Don't waste a minute of spring. Be ready for the first beautiful day and save big this weekend. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $74 a month with a 2-year agreement. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Good morning. Coming up in 2 minutes, a state senator says his colleagues are doing something to put police at risk. Another Hoosier political leader says we need stricter action against illegal immigrant truck drivers. Police are talking about a fire on the west side yesterday, and an IU linebacker talking about preparing for the NFL Combine. After Fox News, from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
The U.S. and Iran have been talking again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, indirectly through a mediator in Geneva today as President Trump demands Iran scale back its nuclear program, saying he won't let them build a weapon.
As the president has said repeatedly, he wants to address that problem diplomatically, but of course the president has other options as well.
As Vice President Vance, as the U.S. military buildup keeps growing in the Middle East.
Axios reports that White House envoy Steve Witkoff told a private gathering on Tuesday that the Trump administration is demanding that Iran agree any future nuclear deal will remain in effect indefinitely. Iran's foreign minister says his country is not ready to give up what he calls peaceful nuclear technology and warned it will retaliate if attacked, with U.S. bases in the region seen as a potential target.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett. She mentioned Steve Witkoff. He will also hold talks today in Geneva with Ukrainian officials. Last night, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky had a phone call thanking President Trump for his effort trying to stop Russia's war, which keeps raging with another barrage of Russian drones and missiles launched overnight across Ukraine. Now to a deadly shooting at sea.
It's not something that happens every day. It's something, frankly, that hasn't happened with Cuba in a very long time.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio, after 4 people were shot dead, 6 others wounded on a speedboat registered in Florida. Cuba claims those on board were armed Cubans living in the U.S. wanting to infiltrate the island and unleash terrorism.
The majority of the information we still possess is what Cuban authorities are providing both the public and the U.S. government. We have our embassy on the ground in Havana working this as we speak.
Olympic hero Jack Hughes, who scored the winning goal in the gold medal game, got a standing ovation last night in New Jersey as the NHL season resumed.
I'm so proud and I'm so happy that the men's and women's USA hockey teams brought gold medals back to the United States of America.
Hughes also went over and got his U.S. Olympic teammate Tage Thompson off of Buffalo's bench to join him in the spotlight at MSG, and then Thompson scored and led the Sabres to a 2-1 win over Hughes' Devils. America's listening to Fox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A call for help in a burning mobile home. It's 33 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 48 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. A woman is dead and a man is in jail this morning after Indianapolis police say he set her mobile home on fire on the west side of the city.
Crews made entry into the mobile home to conduct a search and just to assess the situation inside and see what the conditions were. And during that search, the firefighters located one civilian who was deceased within the home.
That's Wayne Township Fire Department Assistant Chief Courtney Wright. He says it appears Randall Lee Buchanan of Bargersville and the woman were in a relationship that led to an argument. The woman's dog escaped and is being treated this morning for smoke inhalation. Wednesday at the State House.
I want to be explicitly clear. I don't care how long they've been here. They need to get out.
And I support every method of getting every illegal alien out of Indiana today.
That's Senator Chris Garton testifying on an immigration bill that's now sitting on Governor Mike Braun's desk.
I've heard a lot of people sitting up here today, and there's a lot of folks in the hallway that are here to defend illegal aliens. But let me tell you what I haven't heard from this chamber. I haven't heard anybody try to defend Laken Riley. Not one person.
The bill lets Indiana's Attorney General take legal action against local governments, schools, colleges, and hospitals if they try to block immigration enforcement. It also allows the state to punish people who hire people who aren't in the country legally, and it also holds local police accountable for working with ICE when illegal immigrants are being held in their jails. Building on that effort, Indiana Senator Jim Banks is introducing legislation this week to prevent the state from issuing CDLs to illegal immigrants. Here's Sherritt Lewis.
She is one of way too many people who have been hurt or killed by illegal immigrant truckers on our roads.
Indiana Republican Senator Jim Banks speaking on the Senate floor Wednesday about Delilah Coleman, a young girl from California who suffered life-changing injuries in a crash 2 years ago. President Trump has since called on Congress to pass the Delilah Law,
which would bar any state in the country from granting an illegal immigrant a commercial driver's license.
It would also revoke trucking licenses given to illegals and require an English-only CDL license test. Sherritt Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Two men serving long prison sentences, Toby Garrison and Daniel Jones, admitted to police that they stabbed another man in the eye at the Newcastle Correctional Facility recently. They said they're part of the Irish Mafia and they'd carry out more attacks if they're allowed to do so. IU linebacker Aiden Fisher will work out today for NFL scouts and general managers at the NFL Combine at Lucas Oil Stadium. The two-time All-American says he sees room for improvement in his performance.
For me, it's just being able to, do it all and not be a one-dimensional linebacker. And I think I've been able to do that the past couple years.
And the Combine gates open at 1, drills start at 3. It's absolutely free for you. All you need to do is register through an NFL app. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Yeah, Ryan, checking the south side. Crash clear. Eastbound 465 approaching Emerson Avenue. Traffic stop and go past I-65. Northbound 65 slows up after South Keystone Avenue into the south split. We have a delay of 6 minutes. Also inbound 65 tightening up MLK 221st. East side northbound 465 slow before and after Penn Pike. Inbound 69 5-minute delay 106th Street 282nd. North side eastbound 465 slow before Michigan Road to Meridian 31. Those westbound lanes slowing down from 31 over to Michigan Road as well. Crash Emerson Avenue at Raymond Street. Crash stop 11 at Meridian State Road 135. Traffic sponsored by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Indianapolis winters are serious business. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning is here for heating repairs, replacements, and tune-ups. Visit 1HourAirIndy.com or call 855-1HOUR today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. All of that snow that we saw earlier this morning in the southern part of the metro area off to the east of us. We'll look for some sunshine heading into the afternoon today. High temperatures right around 48. Tonight, partly cloudy. Will fall down to 34. And a fantastic Friday. Sunny skies. Highs up to 60 on Friday. First part of the weekend, Saturday, 52. Partly cloudy with a chance for some snow showers late Saturday evening, but a better chance of a rain or snow mix possible late Sunday into Monday, and that's one of the storm systems we'll continue to watch.
That's not going to stop us Saturday. I mean, we're all systems go.
Nothing's going to stop us.
Nothing is going to stop us at all. We will be there at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. Tara Hastings will be there. It is going to be spectacular. Can't wait. Can't wait. And yes, Kroger is providing the whippy and I think cupcakes. And you're going to be able to try some of Tara Hastings' world-famous whippy.
It's not mine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bringing
Tara
it to
Hastings
everyone's
presents.
attention.
So it's it's a frosting that they use at Kroger. You can get it. Like if you don't want buttercream, you can get Whippy. And Tara introduced us to this. I didn't even know it was a thing. And she says it's the greatest invention in the history of mankind. And I said, what about the invention of the smallpox vaccines? And she said, screw them, kids. Whippy.
Yep. Yes.
That's what she said. I said, what about the invention of the phonograph? She said, music is for suckers. And
right.
It's all Whippy.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the Whippy.
It's all about the Whippy.
Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
So it will be there.
Good.
It will be there, and you will get yours. What was that?
No regrets.
Not a regret. Not a regret. Not at all.
Can't wait.
By the way, I have never heard anything that is more universal than no regrets. The amount of people who know no regrets blows my mind. How many people are connected to that? I believe it is the most clandestine known meme in the history of the world. It's my official take on it, right there.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, try my best. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. We'll all see you Saturday. And remember, a bunch of people from the chat room, they're getting together to have a pre-party there at the Hyatt Regency, and I was not invited.
That's rude.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tara Hastings, she'll be at the pre-party. Again, I wasn't invited to my own event. 33 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 8:09. As we have discussed, Senator Banks introducing legislation to prevent states from giving illegal immigrants commercial driver's licenses. We spoke with Congresswoman Erin Houchin about the same. How do you stop this from taking place? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Delilah's Law is what they're calling it. You heard President Trump discuss this in the State of the Union, and now they're moving forward. So this was a well-organized thing being put together here. Would ban states from granting illegals a commercial driver's license, revoke trucking licenses given to illegals, and require the CDL license test to be given in only English. Now, I would ask the following question. If a company knowingly hires somebody who's illegal, I believe they should lose their ability to be in the business. Is that a part of this? Which will bring us to this conversation about Indiana. And a lot of independent journalists here in Indiana who have been focused on this. Hey, look at all these trucking companies we have. Look at these towns and these neighborhoods, and every house has a trucking company or two or three. Does this make any sense to anybody? And the answer is no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make any sense to anybody. But I am not 100% sure I understand where the fraud is. So with this, it's something for us to look at as a state and prevent. We need to prevent it. So I do favor these types of moves. We should be taking a look at all legislation. You don't just back legislation because it comes from your party or you like the name. You got to look into it. But it's one thing to do things about the people getting the CDLs. What are we doing about the companies that knowingly hire illegal immigrants? What's the plan there? Let's see if we get an answer. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
We had downsized. In that downsizing, my husband lost his man cave.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Deb.
My husband and I were at the home show and saw all these vendors with garage floor coatings. The one that stayed with us was Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is 4 times stronger than epoxy.
I'm the only one home, and so it's nice when well-dressed, clean-cut, respectful crew show up. That's what Galaxy sent.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Warranties are real important for us, and to know that should there be an issue, Galaxy was standing behind it. That's pretty much what tipped us over to go with Galaxy.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We are so proud to open our garage door.
We're out of this world.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-557-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. You might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. If you act now, you'll get an extra 10% off. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window energy efficiency disappears. The results? A house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you don't have to live with broken windows anymore. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 for free sale. And get an extra 10% off. Visit windownation.com for a free consultation.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear. What's going on?
Now, Tony, looking at the south side, northbound 65 slows, Edgewood Avenue 12465. Crash clear, eastbound 465 approaching Emerson, slow traffic past 65. Northbound 65 stop and go after South Keystone Avenue into the south split, a 6-minute delay. Southbound 6570 loaded up from the north split down to Washington Street. And inbound 69 delayed 3 minutes, 106 to 465. Traffic sponsored by Dairy Queen. The new Spicy menu at DQ has opposites attracting. Spicy flamethrower chicken strips now served with a dip of sweet DQ soft serve. Sounds wrong, but tastes so right. The new Spicy menu at DQ at participating locations. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
IMI is hiring quality control personnel, plant managers, and sales representatives in the greater Indianapolis area. Learn more at driveimi.com. driveimi.com.
once again, we learned that the Biden administration did a whole bunch of spying. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Spying on Kash Patel and spying on Susie Wiles. The FBI, as reported by Reuters, subpoenaed records of phone calls made by Kash Patel and Susie Wiles when they were both private citizens in 2022 and 2023, this during the federal probe of President Trump. Don't ever tell me that Joe Biden had this amazing term that was scandal-free. These people were disgusting. Jack Smith, disgusting. The raid at Mar-a-Lago, which was done in concert with the White House, the Biden White House, disgusting. Kash Patel says the seizing of his phone records, efforts to conceal them, an example of overreach by unelected government officials under Biden. It is outrageous and deeply alarming that the previous FBI leadership secretly subpoenaed my own phone records, along with those of now White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, using flimsy pretexts and burying the entire process in prohibited case files designed to evade all oversight. It's what they did. It's who they are. And you think the problem? You think the issue is Kash Patel drinking a beer? He's chugging a beer with the men's hockey team. You think that's the issue? It's not an issue. It's fine. It's normal, by the way. Now, if you ask, do I think that they all screwed up the thing with women's hockey? Yeah, I do. Women's hockey team should have been invited immediately to the White House. What, are you out of your mind? Of course they should have been invited immediately. And I think if you had invited them immediately and you had the State of the Union and you had the men's team and the women's team walk in and holding up medals, people would have lost their heads. Because it's fantastic. It was a miss. Trump thought he was making a joke. It didn't go over great. It's not the end of the world. But it was an unnecessary miss. And that's where I leave it. State of the Union was still a remarkable success for him and for Republicans, and it's undeniable. And what really made it a thing is that how bad it was for the political left because of how they acted. All they had to do was be normal. Remember, Hakeem Jeffries, the leader of the House, Democrats, warned them. Don't respond. Don't get yourself crazy. Just be normal. They couldn't do it. They couldn't stand up for a 5-year-old injured by an illegal immigrant. They couldn't stand up for American citizens over illegal immigrants. They couldn't think on their feet. And you realize at that moment that Atlas Shrugged is a really good book. They no longer can think for themselves. They no longer can utilize their minds. How do I react? How do I respond? How do other people want me to respond? Who's watching? What is the what? And they got trapped. They got trapped. They don't have a mind of their own. They were trapped. That is it. Meanwhile, there's a move being reported by the Trump administration talking about banks collecting citizenship information for customers. Now, I must admit, all the paperwork required to open a bank account, I would have thought this was already checked. I would have believed that this was already something that was being looked at. So I was a little taken back by this. It could be an executive order. It could apply to both new and existing bank customers. And this is about putting an end to having illegal immigrants being able to engage in fraud and defrauding America and the federal government. For all of the things that we require, I would have thought this was already required. So I was a little surprised to read about it. Wall Street Journal has a story. Semaphore has the story. Nothing's been announced yet. U.S. banks are not required to verify customer citizenship status specifically, and there's no ban on opening accounts for non-citizens. That, according to the Wall Street Journal. I'm a little surprised to find that out. Also, to the Twitter X, where you can find me at Tony Katz. Having a trucking company, writes Colin, based at your home is very common and doesn't mean that there is fraud. I agree with you. First, I didn't realize how many there were. I have no opposition to home-based businesses, and I have no opposition to the idea that someone could have a trucking company or logistics company, and they small scale, and they work it from their home, and I think that's fine. I truly do. The question before us is, has anyone noticed in certain neighborhoods on the west side and into Avon and Plainfield just how many there are? I'm an outsider looking in. Looks like a whole bunch. It looks like a lot. It looks like a ton. It looks excessive. Now, I could be wrong. I'm the outsider, and I don't know exactly how many of these companies there are. But we, again, need to be asking the question, how many of these are legitimate, owned by citizens, and how many are hiring illegal immigrants? How many are hiring illegal immigrants? And if they've hired one, I believe they need to be shut down. If they knowingly hired one, shut down. Gone. It's over. And you can't get it back. You forfeit the ability to have any licensure from the state or from the federal government regarding trucking. Now, I am a guy who is not a fan of licensure. The idea that we give our rights to government and then we buy it back, that is nutty to me. That is madness to me. But the idea of regulation on a specific topic, which is, are the people you're hiring in the country legally? Here we are. You would have thought this was the standard. You would have thought we already do this. This is what I want to check into. So I appreciate the comment there on Twitter X. I very, very much do. This legislation about CDLs, this is going to start making its way. We'll take a look at the legislation, make sure it's on the up and up. But Indiana is the ground zero for this, and we have to be the people who make the stand on a state level and on a federal level. It comes from us, and the rest of the country needs to follow. Absolutely. Matt Bear's got traffic on the fives. What's up, Matthew?
Outside eastbound 465 crash clear before Emerson. Still slow past I-65. Northbound 65 slow in pockets. Edgewood 2 465. And again after South Keystone Avenue into the south split, a 5-minute delay. Southbound 65 70 loaded from the north split past Washington Street because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products. Plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
It's going to be a big day for Hillary Clinton as she is set to testify before the House Oversight Committee in regards to the Epstein files. It's Casey. Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
As proud sports medicine partners of the Indianapolis Indians, Butler University, Purdue University, and the Indiana Sports Corporation, Franciscan Health is here to keep our community moving. Whether you're a weekend warrior or high school champ, we offer injury evaluations, concussion testing, and personalized recovery plans to help you get back out there. Because when you love the game, we love getting you back in it. Call 317-781-1133 or visit franciscanhealth.org/sportsmedindy.
Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with red hot deals during Pay What We Pay invoice pricing going on now. Come into Great Lakes Honda and get invoice pricing without the gimmicks, like a new Honda Odyssey EXL for under $42,000 with a finance special of 3.99% APR for 48 months or 4.99% APR for 60 months. So come in out of the cold for red hot prices at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included. In-stock new Hondas only. Not combinable with other offers. All fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends March 31st. See dealer for details.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Caring for someone nearing the end of life brings questions you may never feel ready to answer, like when is the right time to ask about hospice? How do you balance medical needs with honoring someone's final wishes? This is Tina McIntosh, founder of Joy's House and co-host of Caregiver Crossing. Hospice is more than care at the end of life. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Hospice teams provide medical support, yes, but they also provide guidance and counseling and comfort. Caregivers share how hospice gave them moments of peace they didn't see coming, sitting together, sharing stories, simply resting without fear. Hospice doesn't take your role away. It makes space for you to step back in your most important role as someone who loves someone who is dying. Caregiver Crossing brings honest conversations about hospice and many other parts of caregiving every Sunday morning. Or you can visit joyshouse.org for past episodes and resources. Rated by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana.
Hammer and Nigel.
3,364 children found by ICE.
Don't forget, lost under Biden and cartels enabled with his open border policies.
The wine moms meetings in Westfield, they're not going to talk about this. 3,364. If my tax dollars are going to be spent, I'm fine with that.
Hammer and Nigel, weekdays 3 till 7 on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
For a limited time, get 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been a client for nearly 20 years, and I can tell you it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting, carrying, working without wondering if my body's going to quit on me. That's real strength. That's real results. And I'm not talking about vanity muscles. This is strength that shows up in real life. What makes Exercise Inc. different? The professional coaches, many with over 15 years of experience and a private gym where every workout is guided, efficient, and safe. Here's the best part. It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their training method came out of an osteoporosis research study. Their Simple 9 nutrition program has helped clients lose over 40,000 pounds, and people see real improvements in strength, energy, and health. This isn't a resolution you quit. It's a habit you keep. The consultation's free, and it's worth it. 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood. Now in Fishers. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, lots of concert tickets to give away, plus more fallout from the State of the Union address and the Democrats' reaction. That's at 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A former president will give a deposition in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. You have 33 degrees and a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 48. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Exercise Inc. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Former President Bill Clinton and former First Lady Hillary Clinton will face depositions in the House over their ties to the late Jeffrey Epstein. Rep. Pat Phelan on Fox Business minutes ago.
Bill Clinton allowed Jeffrey Epstein to visit the White House 17 times when he was president. And you know how many times Jeffrey Epstein visited the Trump White House? He never did.
Hillary Clinton goes today. Bill Clinton goes Friday. They say Republicans on the committee are picking on them. More FBI agents who worked on President Trump's cases have been fired. The current FBI director, Kash Patel, says his phone records were pulled during one of those investigations.
Fox confirms the FBI seized Kash Patel's and now White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles' phone records in 2022 and 2023 as part of the investigations into President Trump's effort to overturn the 2020 election results and retaining classified documents when he left office. Patel and Wiles were Trump aides named in investigations. Patel calls the subpoenas of his phone records outrageous and alarming. Meantime, at least 10 FBI employees who worked on the classified documents case were fired Wednesday. The FBI Agents Association condemns the firings in a statement saying, like other firings by Director Patel, they violate the due process rights of those who risk their lives to protect our country, ultimately putting the nation at greater risk.
Fox's Chris Foster reporting. 4 people were killed and 6 others injured after a gunfight near Cuba. Cuban authorities said the Coast Guard stopped a Florida-registered speedboat with 10 men on board Wednesday, saying they were trying to enter the country for terrorist purposes. The U.S. says they're looking into this. Philadelphia, long known as America's birthplace, is pouring a lot of money into hosting celebrations for the country's 250th anniversary.
The city's 2026 budget includes more than $120 million to support preparations for the event.
With all of the visitors coming in, we want them to feel welcome. We want them to feel safe.
The Comptroller's office will reevaluate all of this event spending next year to see what kind of economic impact America's 250th birthday celebration had on the local economy.
Fox TV affiliate 29 Philadelphia's Chris O'Connell reporting the city also hosting the 26th Major League Baseball All-Star Game in July, as well as 6 games of the World Cup. The Indiana Senate is set to vote today on a bill that could pave the way for the Chicago Bears to move to Indiana. The bill would create the Northwest Stadium Authority to handle land and leases and finances if the team wants to move to Hammond. The Indiana House already approved the bill. It's expected to pass the Senate. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. Number 8 Purdue plays number 13 Michigan State tonight on the hardwood. Head coach Matt Painter says the team's solid road wins give them a good shot at a high seed in this year's NCAA tournament.
Now we're 7-2 on the road overall, and then we're undefeated neutral. So, we're 11-2 away from Mackey Arena. I think that gives you that bump. The problem when you get on that 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed line, a lot of the people have the same resumes.
And tonight's matchup wraps up Purdue's 3-game homestand for the month. Tip-off at 8, the Indiana Pacers on the struggle bus this season. They sit at the bottom of the NBA. They play the Charlotte Hornets tonight. Hornets have won 2 straight games. Coverage at 6:30 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan tip-off at 7. And the NFL Combine kicks off today at Lucas Oil Stadium. Gates open at 1. The drills start at 3. It is your chance to see players who could soon be in the NFL. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at the south side, eastbound 465. Stop and go traffic after 31 Emerson Avenue because of an earlier crash at it is gone. Northbound 65 south side, stop and go. South Keystone Avenue past Raymond Street. It's a 7-minute delay because of construction. Inbound 65 tightens up at MLK down to 21st. Inbound 69, a little bit of slow here, Fishers, from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36. It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures are up 103 and NASDAQ futures are up just 3. That's where we are right now. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. We have got oil prices down a little bit, $64.05 on the West Texas crude. Brent crude under 70, just barely, $69.68 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury right now is at 4.038, so down from those 4.2s, those 4.2.5s. Gold is asked right now, the bid, I should say, is $5,170 an ounce. Silver at $87. It was in the 90s just yesterday, and the price of Bitcoin is at 68,000, so up a bit. CNBC said, well, the president said that beef, egg, and chicken prices are falling. Here's is what we have found. They say chicken and beef prices up since he took office, but eggs have come down. And according to economists, these things are largely guided by supply and demand dynamics specific to food types. Now, if you want to argue that since he took office, prices went up and have started to come down, but they're still higher than when he took office, that would be different on certainly the beef and the chicken prices. The beef one is a big one. And he talked about it specifically in the State of the Union. And this is the argument. Gas prices have come down. Egg prices have come down. Remember, everything was eggs all the time. But you had this ridiculous bird flu thing. You then went about killing all the dang chickens and then said, look what Trump did. Really ugly stuff. That is the ugly of politics. So I don't want it, but that's who they are, and that's where it's at. So, okay, game on. This is how we do things. These people are too crazy to vote for. But when people can afford to grill a steak, they say everything's okay. Gas prices are under $2 or around $2 or just over $2. They're not $4. I can make a steak for my family. I can afford to buy a steak for my family. Okay, things are better. Inflation has cooled. It is not gone, but it is not runaway. I don't agree with the 1.7% conversation. I do agree with the 3%, 2.5%, 3% conversation. It's better. The president gets to point to that. But don't say the 1.7s. These things can fluctuate. That's not the place to put it. Put it in a continued lowering of costs. Look at what our policies have done. But something else Trump said in the State of the Union that it certainly isn't getting enough discussion is that the tariffs are here to stay. The Supreme Court, well, they made a decision that's unfortunate. I love the way he said it because he took the advice and did not attack the Supreme Court. I know his inclination was to do so. No, he focused on we're going to keep these policies going. These policies are good for America. These policies have helped our trade, all the rest. Me, I'm not a tariff guy, but he's staying on it. But if beef prices do come down, they say that a pound of ground beef on average is $6.75. Is that accurate? A pound of ground beef is $6.75. A pound of ground beef. Last time I was in a store, I didn't see $6.75. Certainly, we don't pay $6.75 at a local supermarket. January 2025, it was $5.55 a pound. So you got to bring that down. Certainly, I've seen the price of steaks go up. Beef roasts are down from the high of $9.29 in November. Average prices are up. So that's the point, right? Average price is up, but it has started coming down. So it's still higher than when he took office, but it's down from where the highs were. You just got to keep that going. I don't know if the Argentinian imports are going to do the job in toto, but these are the kinds of things. You just got to pick 2 or 3 subjects, and you got to win on those subjects, and then say to America, look what we did on these subjects. And I think beef is one of those places. The world is crazy, but we do not have to be. That's why I bring you the Tony Katz TK Thursday Music Moment presented by KillADentRemoval.com. The door dings, the hail damage, whatever is the issue with the bumps and bruises to your car, Kill a Dent Removal will take care of it. They come to you, mobile dent repair, paintless dent repair. Next thing you know, your car is looking as good as new. Spectacular work. KillADentRemoval.com. That's who you call to make sure your car is looking fantastic. So the TK Thursday Music Moment. The world is crazy. We don't have to be. We take a moment. We roll down the windows. We take a breath. We play some music. We get ourselves back in a good place, and we go to work. We go to work. But let's take a breath. So to take a breath, I went to 1964. Now, I don't think she's the originator of this song. The originator of this song is a guy by the name of Screamin' Jay Hawkins, 1956. And it's a bit of a cult classic. But when Nina Simone did it, it's just spellbinding. 1965, Nina Simone, roll down the windows, grab a drink. If you're in a place where you can have a drink, I'm not here to judge. Turn up the speakers, turn up the volume, relax. Nina Simone, I Put a Spell on You. Producer Carl, hit it.
Put a spell on you. Cause you're mine. You better stop the things you do. I ain't lying. No, I ain't lying. You know I can't stand it. You're running around. You know better, Daddy. I can't stand it because you put me down. Yeah. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Spell on you because you're mine.
Damn, that's good. Good Lord, so good. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, totally. Looking at the south side, northbound 65 stop and go after Keystone Avenue into the south split. It's a 6-minute delay. Westbound 70 slow, Emerson through the north split out to Meridian. And then on the northeast side, inbound 69, slow traffic, 106th Street down to 82nd. Looking at eastbound 70 in Hendricks County, this is stop traffic after State Road 39 because of a crash. The right lane is blocked. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Laura McNally, Director of Outreach for Cultivate Food Rescue, appreciates Applied Innovation's approach to her nonprofit.
Applied Innovation has been a great partner in helping us find the best resource available for our budget.
You refer to Applied Innovation as a partner, not just a vendor.
Because they aren't just trying to sell us something. They're really trying to understand what our needs are, and they appreciate that we're a nonprofit and are doing good in the community, and they want to help accentuate that, not just take our money and move on. It's not just about a sale.
Applied Innovation's culture has always supported nonprofits.
They really do support nonprofits. They allow their employees on the clock to come and volunteer. If it's not with Cultivate, they can choose their own organizations to volunteer with.
Nonprofit or for-profit, Applied Innovation has office technology from a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit applieddinnovation.com. Applied Innovation. Fast, friendly, amazing.
Hey, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show. And I'm not going to lie to you. I needed help. I got a bald spot in the back of my head, and it's embarrassing. I see it when I'm on television. I see it when I'm on the YouTube channel. So I decided to reach out for help. And my friends at We Grow Hair Indie decided to help me out here. These guys are the absolute best. I was a little leery about it. I could not have a procedure that, one, hurt, or two, left me looking like I'd been scalped. But after I talked with Darren and the entire team at We Grow Hair Indie, they told me their state-of-the-art technology, the progress made in hair growth, it's going to be okay. If I can do this, you guys can do this. Contact the team at We Grow Hair Indie, 317-522-2995. That's 522-2995. Get that free evaluation. It's free. You can also go online to WeGrowHairIndie.com. Contact them today and do this with me. WeGrowHairIndie.com.
Join WIBC February 28th at the Hyatt Regency at 6 p.m. for a night of flair and reflection with Tony Katz. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now. Act fast. Get all the details at WIBC.com. Brought to you by Defiance Beef Company, Chimney Solutions, and Premier Arms.
I should know. I don't know. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Producer Carl has selected a television theme song from yesteryear, and I have to guess what it is. Now, I'm allowed to phone a friend in Matt Bear. I'm allowed to utilize the chat room to my advantage here, and they are allowed as we live stream over there on the YouTubes. They can help as well. Feels very 80s, maybe early 90s. I don't know. It could be a sitcom. It could be like the news magazine show. I don't know.
Well, Matt Bear
I
must
have no
know.
idea what this is. You know what? Let me phone a friend. Right there. Let me get this out of the way. Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
This is Emily in Paris, Tony.
Good. It is not Emily in Paris. Man, I don't know. No, well, okay. So, first of all, no, this is not Newhart. Stop that. And I don't think that's right, Belor there in the chat room, but I'll go with it because I don't have another one. And no one's helping me. See, I don't think it's a talk show. See, Really? No help from anybody? You all stink. Is this Punky Brewster? This is interesting because it's the kind of thing where you're like, yeah, I've heard this before, but you don't know what it is. What is this the theme to?
Cagney and Lacey.
So I was wrong about sitcom.
2 female cops.
Yes, I know. They're as opposed to the modern day version of Rizzoli and Isles. Cagney and Lacey. All right, that was good. No, I'll take that loss. That's legit. That's legit. The chat room had recommended Punky Brewster. I'm like, I didn't have anything. That sounded fine. Yeah, I took myself in the flat out wrong direction there. So it goes. On Tony Katz today at noon, what happened off the coast of Cuba? Who were these people in this boat that the Cubans shot and killed? We will get into that. And also, what is the latest regarding Iran? There is an FDA blueberry recall. Anybody paying attention to this? Life-threatening listeria risk on frozen blueberries. It's been upgraded to a Class 1 recall. A group called Oregon Potato Company. They have flagged over 55,000 pounds of individually quick frozen blueberries. Could cause serious adverse health consequences or death. Michigan, Oregon, Washington, and Wisconsin, and throughout Canada, which I believe they are now telling us they view as an attack. It's dangerous stuff. It is. So listen, as always, just check, ask, keep an eye on these things. It's the smart stuff to do. We will also get into more of, I think Democrats are now just trying to figure out exactly how bad the State of the Union went for them. Really bad. Do I think it makes a difference for the midterms? Absolutely, I do. Because the argument and the conversation has been about messaging. And if there's one thing that Republicans have been terrible at in Trump's first term is messaging. They've missed it completely. One big beautiful bill, terrible messaging. I mean, we're going to get into all of this on Saturday night. Can't wait to share it with you. And then I was like, they have to do this, they have to do that, they have to do the other. And then the State of the Union, Trump does this, that, the other. I'm like, all right, they've listened. It's unbelievable. I will say we were talking about this stuff before anybody else. We were, and we did a very good job of it. How you tell the story matters. We were on this. We've got the history. But it's a question of now how it gets applied. Are Republicans smart enough to be able to keep this up? Some know, some are not. Republicans like Kat Kammack, yes. She was the Republican sitting on the Democratic side of the aisle. And she's like, well, if these people aren't going to show up, I'm going to sit in their empty seat and I'm going to show them how to cheer for a country. It'll be great. I've got all that at noon. I will catch you then. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Matt Bearer has traffic.
Hendricks County eastbound 7.